Is that my do so much on video on the channel today? What we're going to be doing is we're going to rank the 9 Disney Plus MCU series from worst to best. So there shouldn't be much surprises here. There's some pretty damn awful shows to say the least. Yeah, but at number 9, yeah, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. This is the worst MCU project ever. I want to just say I'm not going to be including I Am Groot as it does not really count in my books. But She-Hulk's just a bad TV series. The way like this, it just feels like such a joke. The whole kind of plot at the end. Oh my days, it was cheesy as. The villain Hulk King was a terrible, terrible villain. Just such a goof. It's just not much else to say about this. It's just a terrible series through and through, and it's just a disgrace to MCU history. It's one of the main reasons why MCU has really gone downhill. 8th place goes to Secret Invasion. This is a series where I think had potential. Maybe it could have been a movie, but it's just like I think the villain Gravik had potential, but I just didn't go anywhere with him, which is of course, my biggest issues with the villain Gravik. Then you got Nick Fury, who it was all right in here with Final Fantasy VII Jackson, but I think it's one of the worst MCU projects, just purely because like the development, right? Just the tension didn't seem to build it all throughout the series. It just stayed the same from start to finish, and it ended up with like a very cheesy final battle. Two superpower beings had the powers of like every single MCU character pretty much, and like Drac, the look on them with Drac with a Drax arm, oh, that was cheesy. It didn't go anywhere, and one of the characters I want to point out is Maria Hill. They just killed away too much, and we found out that Rhodey has actually been a Skrull since Civil War, which is an interesting plot. I'm never a fan of Rhodey. I find Rhodey quite annoying, to be frank, but that's just me personally. 7th place goes to Miss Marvel. It's nowhere near as terrible as She-Hulk or Secret Invasion, but I do have a massive amount of problems with this series. I think that it just felt too light-hearted. I just didn't really care for it, and I don't really plan on rewatching it really ever. It's just not that memorable, and I didn't really pay much attention. Miss Marvel was fine, I don't mind her, but the villains were just forgettable. There's really nothing else to say here. 6th place, I don't understand the reviews, I don't understand all the love I get on Rotten Tomatoes. 6th place goes to The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A little bit of a gap. I definitely picked this over the Miss Marvel, but because I think there are good elements. I think Falcon Winter Soldier are a good duo. There was some good chemistry. I think the final battle kind of ruined it. I mean, in some ways, the villain Carly Morganthau as Flag Smasher is just like a rip off of Killmonger. It didn't really work for me. But I think one of the best characters in here is actually Zemo. They bring Zemo back, and he was actually interesting. They did him well there. A U.S. agent was actually one of the most gruesome scenes where he actually killed someone with his bare shield. That was a dark scene. So I think this had elements, but it could have been a movie rather than a TV series. Because yeah, well, it's okay. It's definitely not like the most interesting. 5th place is Hawkeye. There are many things I can respect. They really have upped Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye character since the first day. And then you have Kate Bishop. I think Kate Bishop's amazing. Haley Steinfeld also plays in Spider-Verse, Gwen. And yeah, I don't know, she just has that kind of charm to her. You can't really resist. See, I think it was like a more small scale kind of show. It was also like a Christmas show, which was interesting like way to go. I think what fails here are the villains. I think Kingpin was just underutilized. They bring him in the last episode and really didn't do much. Echo was just meh, and the other character, yeah, it was alright. Like it had its moments, but it wasn't like anything too special. My number 4 on the list, that's going to be WandaVision. Now, I think this is actually a little bit overrated. I think Agatha was a fun villain. I think they did a lot of improvements for Scarlet Witch's character there. I think that was a pretty good characterization, and also Vision, even though it wasn't like actual Vision, it was like a reality, right? It was like her reality sitcom. It was a sitcom, and how like, the old-fashioned kind of vibe to it. I like how like you go 1 decade later, every single episode. That was like a nice kind of way to go. So there's lots of stuff in WandaVision I could respect. However, I do think it's a bit overrated. As I don't know, I don't rewatch that often, but Elizabeth Olsen and Scarlet Witch is a good casting choice. Moving into 3rd place, we have Moon Knight. Now, this is an interesting one, right? Because it feels very disconnected from the MCU, and the MCU wouldn't be much different without it. But it was one of the more interesting TV series for sure, and that the suit up scene with Moon Knight, that was cool. And the actor, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he just does a really good job at it. And the villain, I think Arthur Harrow was a fine villain, just got a bit wasted in the last episode. But yeah, I thought this was a more interesting villain. There were actually some emotional scenes, like the child abuse we saw in here was pretty emotional. Mark Spector is a wild card. That's what I gotta say. Second best TV series, I have What If. Bit of a hot take because I think this is actually underrated. Because there were some really good episodes in here, and this is one of the top two season, the top two Disney Plus series. Both got 2 seasons. And there were some really good episodes here. I think one of the greatest episodes, of course. Season 2 has some good episodes. What did Peter Quill went battled versus Mighty Heroes? And of course, my villain ended up being Ego. That was a pretty one scene, like how the Avengers would have been assembled in 1980s. That was a cool episode. And the episode that I think that Hela episode was really, really good. The one with Hela, that was really well done. Hela and Wenwu. The Killmonger episode was a bit of a letdown. Could have been better. And the final battle was not great. I also one that I really enjoyed was the 1602 one where the Avengers assembled in 1602, was it? I actually enjoyed that one quite a lot. Like I thought that was actually a fun episode. I think personally, and like how they made Captain Carter one of the main characters here. I think the Doctor Strange episode from season 1 was good, but they kind of his character went downhill because of the finale because he felt like he had good utilization in season 1, but then season 2 took him downhill, which was weird. The zombies episode was okay. So yeah, there were some definite good ones. Like what if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? That was an interesting take. But yeah, that's really what I say. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see like this world of different possibilities and kind of revisiting our old MCU times, like back to when things were normal in the Infinity Saga. God, I miss those days. But yeah, so like I have what if season 1 and season 2. But number 1, my best TV series is Loki. And yeah, Loki's just one that's really well done. His characterization in the show is amazing. Tom Hiddleston as Loki is an amazing actor, casting choice. And it's just so interesting, like the journey he goes on from like a person who's done bad things to more of an actual anti-hero, but into an actual god in the end, who makes the sacrifice play. Again, I think like Loki's up there with the best characters as well as like Tony Stark, Rocket Raccoon, Spider-Man, and Loki are my favourite MCU characters. And I think that Loki's character was done beautifully here. So yeah, I think another thing I like about the Loki series is just a lot of mystery behind the TVA. The mystery behind the TVA, I think it's just so compelling. There's a lot of questions to be asked, and they actually make Kang feel like more of a threat in the series than they do and made out to be in the movies. So yeah, I got to give it to that. So yeah, that's me my ranking. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.